Obviously, you guys knew the score of the Boston game right before you went out and took the ice. I'm curious if you felt like your team played with a little bit more meaning. I think that was the word Mika used. It just kind of gave you an extra motivation out there. Did you notice that too?
Yeah, I thought you could feel it before the game. That we understood that we had another opportunity to kind of maybe climb back into this thing. And, you know, the Islander loss, I think, turned into 2 losses, with the second one being the first Philly game, and guys kind of maybe getting deflated. But, you know, we win the second Philly game, and then Boston loses, and, you know, there's hope. So, I mean, we can't control what's going on around the league. Obviously, we follow it and pay attention for sure. I'd be lying to you if I said we didn't. But we just got to keep taking each game as it is and keep playing meaningful hockey until someone tells us these games aren't meaningful.
Next question comes from Dan Rosen. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, it's early in the game, Dave, but, you know, you guys get the first one, and then just shortly right after, you give one up, and it was a nice backhand. But the response to get to, you talk a lot about resiliency within your group. Did it show up there, do you believe, or did they just keep playing the way they started the game?
Yeah, it was a great response. Obviously, you're disappointed you give up that goal, but to come back and get 2 and get out of that period up by 2, it's a great feeling. And then you get the fourth one, and, you know, if we're anything, we're entertaining, and we've got to learn to do a better job of managing a hockey game and understanding the score. And it's almost like with the bigger lead we have, the more risk we take. So we've got to do a little bit better job learning how to manage leads, especially this time of the year. So that's something we touched on at the end of the game, and you know, something we're going to have to really clean up moving forward here in the last 7 games.
Next question comes from Rick Carpinello. Carpy, go ahead.
David, what do you make of the 2 halves of the season that Mika Zibanejad has played?
Well, listen, people go through stretches in their career where things may not be going their way, and all great players go through it. And you know, this is a unique year, as we all touched on, with COVID and him getting COVID, and, you know, people react differently to it, and I know what it's done to me. I know you continue to feel some type of effect by it. Some people feel it longer than others, and I'm not saying that was the only reason, but you just never know. And, you know, we knew it was just a matter of time before he was going to find his game, and he certainly has done that.
Next question comes from Larry Brooks. Larry, go ahead.
Can you tell me what you're seeing from Lafreniere with those 2 guys that you might not have seen when you tried, you know, a month ago or so?
Yeah, well, I just think he's got a whole different approach, Larry, over the last month. I think his work ethic has become more NHL-like, and to no fault of his. The last thing I would ever call this guy is lazy. He works his ass off. But as I've said often, the biggest challenge for young players is learn what an NHL work ethic is and what you're going to have to do to have success at this level. And for guys that have success offensively, a lot of things they've done throughout their career, they're going to have to alter a little bit to have success at this level and be productive offensively. And he learned that. And I mean, this kid continues to put the effort in. He gives your team a jolt of incredible energy and optimism, and you know, he's playing with a big-time level of confidence, as he should be. And you know, we knew he was a special player, and he's certainly showing more and more of it as we move forward.
Next question comes from Colin Stevenson. Colin, go ahead.
Dave, can you just say a couple words on Kakko? I mean, like he broke a long goal-scoring drought, I guess, today. I think he'd gone like 9 games or something without one. He gets 2 tonight. He also had COVID earlier in the season. I mean, do you think that's had an effect on his season as well?
Yeah, I'm sure it has. And, you know, I thought right from the get-go tonight he was on. You could see it from his first shift. That line was really good early, and you know, that line has been good since we put them together. I mean, Kreids is certainly playing well, and Phil, I like a lot of things Phil's done. But I thought Capo early on, you could see he was ready to go tonight, had his legs, protecting the puck, did some great things offensively. So, you know, it was good to see him get rewarded statistically.
And final question goes to Michelle Gingras. Michelle, go ahead.
Just a quick follow-up. You mentioned trying to learn how to manage the game better. Why do you think they're so inclined to be risky in situations when you have a good lead?
Well, you've been watching us for a while, Michelle. I mean, this is just the type of players we have. I mean, we've got guys that are offensively driven, and they see opportunities to create offense, and that's how they judge their game. And a lot of guys in this league do that. And we're really good when we manage the game in a fashion where we know we don't have to force offense. And when we find that balance, I think we're a dangerous team.